Despite being one of the youngest franchises in the NBA, the Memphis Grizzlies have one of the most recognizable identities in the league. Led over the last decade by cornerstones Marc, Gasol, and Mike Conley, they developed their grit and grind style of play, which focused heavily on an intense defense and a strong interior game. But as their window started to close and key players got older, the Grizzlies decided to hit the restart button and rebuild their roster from the ground up. It was probably not an easy decision to make, but so far, it has produced better results than anyone could have expected. Through smart drafting, Memphis has managed to put together a core of young players that have embraced the grit and grind mentality of the previous generation, while also adding their unique twist. Welcome to Courtside. Today, we'll be talking about one of the main pieces of this team's new generation, Brandon Clarke. So, stick with us to learn everything you need to know about him. Brandon Clarke is a Canadian-American player that was born in Vancouver. He plays the power forward position and is listed at 6 foot 8 inches tall. He played 3 college seasons before being selected with the 21st overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft. Clarke's family moved to the United States when he was only 3 years old, and they settled down in Phoenix, Arizona. There he attended the Desert Vista High School, where he led his team to the Desert Vista Championship game in 2015. After graduating from high school, he played for the San Jose State Spartans for 2 seasons. In his freshman year, he was named the Mountain West Sixth Man of the Year. The following season, he was named to the All-Mountain West First Team and Mountain West All-Defensive Team. He transferred to Gonzaga after the season ended, but decided to redshirt the following year. In his last college season, he collected various awards, including the West Coast Conference Newcomer of the Year, making him the first player ever to win both awards. He was also named to the All-American Third Team by Sporting News and had some historically good numbers, as he had the second best PER ever in college basketball at 37.15, while also having the second best box score plus-minus since 2010. His defensive impact and his incredible efficiency should have made him a lock to be selected among the lottery in the 2019 draft, but due to some concerns regarding his shooting and his size, he slipped down to the 21st pick. After being selected by the Oklahoma City Thunder, his rights were immediately traded to the Grizzlies in exchange for the 23rd selection, which was acquired from the Utah Jazz in the trade that sent Mike Conley away. He first played for the Grizzlies during the Las Vegas Summer League, where he helped his team win the championship and became the first player in Summer League history to receive both the league MVP and the championship game MVP awards. He made his professional debut along with number 2 overall selection, Ja Morant, on October 23rd in a loss against the Miami Heat. And though the 2019-20 season was supposed to be one in which the Grizzlies would lay a foundation for the future, the play of Clarke, Morant, second-year forward Jarrett Jackson Jr., and the rest of the roster helped them win more games than expected and eventually contend for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. In 50 games played before the season's suspension, Clarke averaged 12 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game while coming off the bench. He provided scoring and a great overall play for a second unit that would become one of the best in the entire league. He would also go on to prove all of his doubters wrong, as he not only didn't have problems with his size or with his shooting in the NBA, but instead managed to produce at an incredibly efficient rate, just as he did in college. His 62.3% field goal percentage ranks 5th among all NBA players this season. His PER of 21.8 and true shooting percentage of 67.1 rank 2nd and 3rd respectively among rookies, and he has the 2nd best win share in his team. But Clarke is not only good on the advanced metrics. His efficient shooting from all over the court fits perfectly within the Grizzlies system, which helps him and his teammates to create better shots and score easier. And his game is not one-dimensional either. He can finish in a variety of ways, with the floater being one of his preferred choices. He's also shown flashes of being able to create shots for his teammates with his passes. And most importantly, he's also capable of being a defensive anchor for the Grizzlies. His instincts and athleticism provide a defensive presence that fits perfectly with the grit and grind style of play. His versatility, efficiency, ability to shoot from anywhere, and fit with Morant and Jackson make Clarke a potentially dangerous player in the short term, and one that is already capable of providing good minutes in any kind of situation. And this was rewarded on the All-Star weekend when the rookie was selected to participate in the Rising Stars game. He scored 22 points and grabbed 8 rebounds for Team World in a loss against Team USA, which Morant and Jackson were playing for. But shortly after, Clarke was forced to miss the last 8 games before the suspension of the season following a quadriceps injury he suffered on February 14th. This setback could probably have made him miss most, if not all, of the remaining games of the season. But he was able to recover during the suspension and has so far kept up his great game inside of the bubble, despite the struggles of his team in the first few games of the restart. But now, with Jackson lost for the season after suffering a torn meniscus during their game against the Pelicans, the Grizzlies will need to rely on Clarke to fill Jackson's minutes and elevate his game if they wish to keep the 8th seed and make the playoffs. If they do manage to make the playoffs, the Lakers will be waiting for them in what could be a quick first-round series. It's not going to be an easy task, though. Their remaining schedule is one of the hardest in the bubble, and they hadn't managed to get a win even before Jackson's injury. If they don't, they'll go home knowing that they'll have another chance on the following season when they're able to come back better and at full strength. But regardless of the result, this will be a chance for the young team to show its resilience and for Clarke to step up his game for the remainder of the season. From an individual standpoint, Clarke's production has already been one of the best among his class, and if it wasn't for Morant having a great rookie campaign of his own, he could probably compete for the Rookie of the Year award. He still might be able to get some votes there, but where he is more probable to be selected is in the rookie's first team. The ballots have already been sent, and some media members have revealed that they voted for both Grizzlies. We won't know this for sure until the results are revealed, but most people will feel confident about Clarke's chances, and this might only be the first of many awards to come for him and his teammates. Despite being an old rookie, his upside is still a big one. He's arguably the steal of the 2019 draft and has only improved since his college years, and even so, there are still areas where he can keep on getting better. During the season, he has shot more three-pointers than he ever thought he would, thanks in large part to Coach Jenkins. And even though he shot them with a good percentage, he's not close to being a volume shooter. If he's able to increase the number of three-pointers he shoots during games without hurting the efficiency with which he shoots them, he might be able to become a dangerous threat that allows the Grizzlies to play in many different ways. He's also shown to be a willing and skilled passer. If he's capable of taking his passing to the point where he can be a secondary creator, the ball movement that already characterizes the team will increase and will in turn create a lot of new opportunities for the team. If he, Morant, and Jackson are capable of steadily making improvements in the different areas of their games, the sky could be the limit for the young core that the Grizzlies have put together. The chemistry they've displayed should also continue to improve, and barring any catastrophic injury, the potential is there to make something special happen. They've already shown to be capable of putting wins together, and if they're capable of living up to the expectations, the Grizzlies could eventually go even deeper in the playoffs than they did when Gasol and Conley were playing for the team. Along with Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant, Brandon Clarke has been one of the best additions to the Grizzlies in recent years. He's managed to bring all the things that made him a unique player in college to the NBA and has shown the potential to become an even better player. Memphis has its team set for the future with a core that could take the franchise further than ever before, and a supporting cast that has so far delivered. In a few years, this could be a scary team to face in the Western Conference. But what about you? Do you think that Clarke could be the perfect piece to unlock the Grizzlies' potential? Or do you believe it's still too early to tell how things could go? We hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, remember to like it and subscribe to our channel for more NBA content. We are Courtside.